Hello and welcome to our latest useful guide to the villages in and around Chester. And this week we're in Farndon, beautiful village. We're about 9 or 10 miles from the centre of Chester, 20 minutes or so. One of our favourite locations, and we're standing today, we're just on the banks of the River Dee, which is just off to our side. We've got this beautiful Farndon bridge, sandstone bridge, which goes across to the neighbouring village of Holt. If you go across that bridge, you're in Wales, but we're just on the English side here at the moment.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful day to be here in Farndon. And a little bit about the history of Farndon. Farndon originates back to Roman times, actually, and it also appears in the Domesday Book. And there were 34 settlements here in this location at that time. So yeah, it's got loads and loads of history. What else was
Slightly bigger village now. I think in latest sort of 2011 census there was about 1,700 residents. That's, I think, grown since then. There's been some new developments.
And it's growing.
Yeah, and it's still growing. There's some new developments just on the outskirts. It's a very sought after area, isn't it?
Yeah.
Again, if we think about people who are relocating and who want to be accessible for Chester but really want a kind of a countryside village feel, especially because we're on the border of Wales. It's really, it's one of the most sought after locations, I would say.
Yeah, it's got very, very, very high appeal, hasn't it? Not least of all because of the two villages. It's most unusual to see two villages so close and connected by this bridge, and of course in two different countries.
Yeah. And it's nice to walk across, so we're quite familiar with this area. Actually, if you were in Farndon, you'd find yourself walking across for some great shops on that side,
and
some pubs on that side, and equally here you've got a very popular Hare at Farndon now, which opened a couple of years ago. You've got the Raven, which has been recently renovated. We've just had a lovely breakfast in Lewis's coffee shop, so that was fantastic. But you've got everything here. You've got a pharmacy, you've got doctors, you've got newsagents, so everything you need here.
Yeah.
And Holt as well,
and
conveniently.
Great catchment area. Fabulous catchment area for primary and secondary schools. So yeah, it ticks an awful lot of boxes. I've remembered what I wanted to say. I wanted to look up where Farndon originated from, and it actually means Fern Hill. So there we go.
Never knew. House prices, let's have some stats as usual. So average price across the whole of the houses that were sold in Farndon last year, 369,000. Majority of houses sold were detached. Average price for a detached house in Farndon, £435,000. Semi-detached, lower at 240, and some terrace properties, but not many, at 297. And like a lot of places in and around Chester, the overall trend year on year is higher. So we're 9% up on the previous year. So it is a growing and sought after. Exactly, yeah. So again, just a bit. We're at as I said before, on the banks of the Dee here. You've got people fishing. I think on the other side of the bridge there. We've regularly been up and down here on a boat from Chester. It takes you probably about 2.5 hours.
Yes, you can come all this way by boat, and you can actually, if you've got not a particularly deep boat, you can actually go
canoes,
all the way
kayaks,
up, can't you?
Paddleboards.
Yeah, and into Wales.
Yeah, and then beautiful walks along here, isn't it, which can take you all the way down into sort of Trevalin, Ellmere type way. So, great location.
Yeah, so if you are interested in discovering more about Farndon, or if we can help with your home move, please do reach out to John or I, or indeed any of the team, on numbers 01244 313 900. Thank you so much for watching.